Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Sorry for missing yesterday. I had some stuff going on. But today I think we're going to play on the coast of Oman and make a setting. And unlike some of the other parts of Oman, the coast of Oman is not always desert. So this is the coast of Oman. Let's see, we got some trees, we got some greenery. Almost looks like the coast of Hawaii. Hey, Zote, good to see you. So we got some stuff to play with here, just to sort of start us off and where we're looking at. And my blender's still coming up. I was looking at, this is the coastal scene that comes with cell fluids, and it's pretty awesome. I was thinking we might use it as a basis to start doing something like this. It's pretty impressive what he's done with this. Yeah, what's that? That goes into dynamic ground. So that's just rolling it. Okay. So that's how he's doing his wave. And we don't need a wave, but it is kind of nice to have. But just kind of shows you what we can do here if we wanted to. And I haven't 100% decided yet. There we go. Cool. But I think it's not a bad thing to start with. It's going all right. I think we're going to start with a ground, though. Mesh, plane. I'm doing okay. How have you been? It has been a while. S 150. Let's do 50. We're going to go slightly smaller, maybe. It's a 100-meter rotation scale. We can always go bigger. We usually seem to wind up doing that later. That's fine. W, subdivide it. Let's go with 5 cuts to start with. And then we're going to bring in a draw terrain. Curve, Bezier curve. Tab, X, delete the faces. We're going to draw it. And I think we're going to go with like, no, not that. Like a cove kind of thing. So we're going to come in. Like that. And then we're going to A, W, subdivide it. I'm going to say 3 times. Okay, then I'm going to grab that, turn on proportional, and bring it up. So this is that. Then I'm going to change my proportional to random and grab it even more and pull it back. And that's going to be our starting point for our draw terrain. So you take this and add a modifier, terrain, draw terrain. We will subdivide it 1, and curve, we'll select that. And booyah, there is our curve. Let's spread it a bit, like that. Cool. And I think maybe I'm going to take this whole thing and bring it up more too. Like that. Okay. Cool. And then actually kind of dig that. Let's do another curve. Bezier curve. Tab X vertices and draw this one and kind of sweep it. Oh, draw. Like that. Cool. Come back to object mode, grab our ground. We're going to do another draw terrain. We're not going to subdivide the base because we've already done that. And we're going to select that curve. And we're going to take this curve and bring it up and give us a bit of a continental shelf, as it were. And we can bring it forward, something like that. Give us a bit of a beach. Cool. And we can spread it again. And we're going to smooth it. And we're going to adjust the top threshold and make it wider. Yeah. Gives us a fun looking kind of start to a landscape. And we could edit it. So if we wanted to, grab this one, turn off proportional. There we go. Now it's a little less balanced. That's kind of cool. So it's going to be like a cove that comes in there. Great. I like it. Seems all right. Again, come back to here and maybe smooth it a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. And let's apply those. And I'm just going to get rid of these because they're not going to ever be roads or anything like that. So just get rid of them. Now this one, tab, looks pretty good. It's not actually that subdivided. Add a modifier, terrain or base. Great. And maybe let's turn it off there. Oh, come on. Edit it. Come on. Fine, just turn it off. Edit. And here where it's sort of got these more rhythmic-y ones like that. Where it's kind of flat looking anyway. Let's assign that to details or detail. Come back out. And now we can turn it on again. We'll leave that area maybe even a little too smooth, but we'll fix it. Excuse me. Cool. Just apply all. Iterative process. Now we're going to sculpt. And we're just going to smooth these edges down. So it's not so apparent where we did the thing. Cool. And then maybe we can even grab it. Yeah, I tried Twitch years ago, and it kind of didn't do anything for me, and it was just easier to set up here. That's kind of why I did. It was base laziness. I could try it again, but oh god, no. Man, this is 7:30 in the morning to me. I haven't showered. I look like ass. Half the time I don't have a shirt on. That's just a better way. Yeah, no, we're not camming me. I am no cam girl. You're talking to a real person. I'm me, I swear. Let's create a plane. Okay. And there is what our water could look like, very roughly. Yeah, trust me. Okay, Control A, rotation scale, cool. And we might use the, what you call it, cell fluid or not. We might keep it more flat. I don't know. I kind of like the waves though. It's kind of a neat idea. It looks cool. I do like these things. I'm going to use them anyway. I'm just going to steal some ground. New collection, ground. Where did he put those? Were they in ground? Yeah, they're in ground too. Okay, so we'll just put ours in ground too. It's just a nice looking little beach rock. I dig it. Let's turn off our water. Water. Is it flat, roughly? Yeah, roughly. Right? Yeah, okay. And we can just tilt it down slightly. There we go. So make sure our edges are good, that they don't poke through like they're doing here. Or if they do, that we don't notice it. But just a couple beach rocks are kind of fun. Now let's go to local. There we go. Take a look. Rocks! Okay. Let's save our sucker. New 2503 25 live stream beach settlement. Okay, this sucker, tab A U unwrap Smart UV project. Okay, then let's go grab a material. Landscapes. Yeah. We're starting this way. I don't often start with materials, but I feel like this time, because we're trying to lay out the levels, it makes sense. And let's turn our water back on. And I feel like this is going to make me not want to make it real water, but whatever. Apply all. Polygonic. Spawn material. Water is going to be ocean. I mean, that's going to be deep maybe, but let's try and see. Spawn it and convert to editable, because I think it might be set to Eevee. No, this is not. This is set to... It's just a little bit dark. Because it's kind of set to a deep ocean. Let's try lake. Lake is better. It does need to be editable because lake, I think, was set to Eevee. Yes, 0 cycles. Okay. We might make it a lake anyway. That's better. Base color, I'm going to make it a bit brighter. Bring it up. Maybe slightly green. Or aqua. Or I'll even just sample from... There we go. That's looking cool. Okay, now we want to adjust our land. That's what I was doing before, I swear. Shading on our land, not our water, our land. Huh? It has a material. What are you talking about? Oh, slot 1, right. Okay. Let's take a look. And if we come up here, we're not going to bake it, which is what these ones are for, so I'm just going to get rid of them. This one is the differentiator between sand and rock. And Z, let's set it to 0. A little higher. You can see that's going to be sand. Let's try that. I made this train a long time ago, but I like it. I'm going to have to tweak it a little bit. But that's, yeah. And how we'll tweak it a little bit is Shift A, search geometry, yeah. Normal, separate XYZ, cool. And then Z to color ramp, or just ramp. Color ramp, good. Now let's take a look at it. And okay, yeah, so that's the sides, right. Okay, that seems good. I'm going to take that, and that's, yes, cool. So we're going to take this one and merge them together and mix, and we're going to make it a multiply, and almost 100%, and then that is going to be our factor. And now we should have sand where it is flatter in here, and then rock otherwise. And that seems about right. We can adjust it. Let's just keep this as our, okay, there we go. And Z, we can go up higher if we want to add more sand, but it will not go on hills. So we can take it to like that, right? Cool. And back. And we do. We have just a straight sand area down there. And there's more sand up above too, but it's fine. Kind of liking that. Layout again. Cool. Now let's take these, do a little bit more rock options. I'm going to mirror it. Always a good option to change the way things look. We could just add some more rock too, you know what I mean, but I don't know. We're kind of losing the sand, or the small rocks, because our thing goes up pretty fast, doesn't it? Maybe a little too fast. Let's edit it. Sculpt mode. Let's bring this down. Just sort of flatten things down a little bit. I've built a little tide pool. That's kind of neat. And that goes up very strong, doesn't it? Let's bring that down. Back that way a little bit. I don't know. That's a little too much tide pool. Get a bit more desert rock in there. I kind of like that. Okay. Sort of fun. I don't know. Sure. I just kind of feel like playing with the terrain today. We're going to put some people and stuff in here too, though. Tower time? Tower time. I'm going to put a tower like over here. Mesh. Cylinder. It's going to be 7-sided. With a radius of 6. There should be 7, I suppose. 14. Sure, 14 sounds good. And a depth of 3. And then 3, E3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our first one's going to be a bit. There we go. 1 tower. Then 2 on the side. Yeah. No. Cool. Not 22. 2. They're not exactly cubes, but you know, close enough. Cool. And then I'm going to delete that. And I've already got rid of the bottom one, I think, but let's. Right. Object, set origin to 3D cursor. So it's at the bottom of the base. Cool. Now, Q, add modifier, solidify. We're going to go in or out. Let's go out. Well, actually, we'll go to the middle. Solidify, offset of 0, thickness of 6. No, 3. Yeah, because it's a. Just 3 meters. 6. Offset of 1. How do we feel about that? That was a bit big. Let's put a person here. Check it out. Pretty narrow house, but I think that would work. That's acceptable. We don't want much bigger than that, though. S, Shift Z. Let's take it a bit bigger, though. And we'll go. We can even go off frame because we're not going to go inside this thing. Something like that. That feels like an acceptable building. It's not super tall, but that's fine. Apply it. I'm just going to delete the bottom too. And 2 bridge edge loops. Well, it's weird, but all right, fine. Oh. SE0. Great. Now it's. I'm curious. Undo. Where's that one? Huh, funky. So what are we up to here? Tab 3. Oh, is this because of this thing? X face. Yeah, it's because of that. There we go. Now apply all. And item size. Okay, yeah, we're good. But we need to move it so that it's like here. Save. All right. So now we need to go grab our geometry node setup to turn this into a building. And we're going to get it from a new one. Sounds good, Zote. Understood. I know how it is. Enjoy coding. Okay. Open. Up. Where's my settlement? Chosen settlement. Open. There we go. That's the one we wanted. And we're going to grab it. And come over here and go to collections. We can turn it off later. We honestly could have probably just used it, but I sort of felt like making something new. It's probably going to be reasonably close to what we had, though. Come on. And I do think I'm going to change my ground at least one more time, too. So. Come on. Oh, I know what you're doing. God damn it. No, it should be. What are you bringing across? It's grabbing all of the associated objects. And my fear is it's grabbing the geoscatter. And that's why it's taking forever. Oh, it's grabbing that thing. Then yes, it is grabbing the geoscatter because I had the wrong object. Yep. And it grabbed so much shit that I didn't want. Grr. Now we're going to undo it all. It's almost there, it looks like. Come on. Howdy, Broken Sim. Good to see you. I accidentally imported a whole bunch of stuff and I'm just waiting for it to think so it'll stop so I can undo the whole damn thing, which is going to be annoying, but that's like how it is. Let's see if it will finish in the next minute. Let's see. You're going to get 10 more seconds and I'm stopping you. Yeah, I think we all have. Oh, it did finish. Maybe. It's just way huge. Because it brought in a whole bunch of things that I don't need. And none of the restrictions on those things exist in this file, so it just populated them everywhere. I think we're just going to, oh, undo history. Come on, you're slow. I'm just not sure that I saved it right before. You know what? I don't even care. End task. Go away. Did you die? I want you to die. Okay, it died. Now we're going to grab it again. Beach settlement. We're going to open that back up again. Let's see how far back it went before. Autosave is a good thing too, so. Hey, Unquiet Records. Good to see ya. Hope you folks had a good weekend. I've been looking at your Discord stuff you guys been doing for that Game Dev TD class. It's looking good. Come on. You're still thinking. Okay, we're back. Looks like it brought us back almost exactly where I wanted to be, too. Cool. All right, so now we're actually going to go select the right object, which is that thing. Just that thing. That's all I wanted. And we're going to... It has no ground or anything like that associated with it. So it's just that. Copy objects. Stupid. Paste it. This should take it about 10 seconds. There we go. Yes. Done. Yeah, mine was good. Pretty low key. I said my girlfriend and I got Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it was her birthday weekend. So we pretty much sat around playing video games all weekend. Not a bad way to live when you can do it. That and this link, the materials. So we'll change that one first to give it empty wall A. Assign everything to that, just so it doesn't all disappear into none. And then that, and link, copy modifiers. We should have, yes, we do. And now we can get rid of that. Okay, there's our object. Here, tab. Oh, I scaled it up the more. Well, it might be okay. Actually, it might be fun if we had these sized ones. Probably want more than just the one, though. How do we want to do this? Let's just do it this way. Just thinking. it's just the outside ones. And not the bottom couple floors. So just those. And we're going to set that to, we need to look and see which one it is. And auto building, walls, because I don't remember. Triple windows is wall D. Okay. Assign. Now, come back out. That should give us those nice windows along those sides there. Yep. Cool. We like that. Now we're going to come grab this to this, this to this. I don't even know that I'm going to do more than those because we're not really looking at the other sides. Actually, I could undo there too. It'd be faster, wouldn't it? And that's going to be regular windows, which is E. Maybe let's do that. No point in keeping these because we're never going to see any of these. We're not going to look this way. So let's make all those empty wall A assign. Just decrease our geometry on it. Yep. Cool. Oh, damn it, I had these unselected still. Don't. It's like, what's going on? And I guess we'll take those two. And wall E, assign, tab. Okay, we have windows. That's a very basic way of doing it, but it works. And this one, this one, this one. It's going to be walls. Is it B or A? I think it's B. Wall C. Tab. Let's see. Is it the right one? Is it the small one or the big one? I think it's the small one. Tab. So we want wall piece A, so G. There we go. Yeah. Gives us those bigger ones, which we can't really see too much, but we like them. Okay, and then this one, and this one, and this one. We can go with these. That's what that gives us. Couple of small, yeah, that's cool. Now, I think we will put a door on this. I often wonder if I want to or not, because these guys are kind of very, they don't like going outside much. Let's go wall B. This is going to be they'd consider this their private beach, so we'll put a door here to get out to it. And just so that building. And if we care, we can see that it kind of destroys the floor past a certain point, but we may or may not care. Okay. We can always just fix it later if we need to. It's coming along though. Let's save. Now I want to come back to this one. Right, and we want to grab our crystal. And come over and scene collection, paste. Great. G, we're just going to kind of line it up. This time we're not going to stress too much of being accurate, although we could. But I'm not going to. 7. Just going to try to line it up. See, here I can line it up. Object set origin to 3D cursor. What did that do? Oh. Not gonna worry about it. Make it a little bit bigger this time? Yeah, sure. Make it a little bit bigger. Cool. Let's go up a bit. Right. Close enough for government work. Back to this bad boy here. We want this thing, but we want to make sure we get rid of this ground collection so it does not connect to anything. Actually, we just did this one. Same thing, get rid of the ground. Just gonna grab that, copy objects, and back to collection and paste. And this should be much faster, yes, because it is no longer trying to dump everything from everything into it. There we go. Out of our way. Now come to here, tab, 2, 7. And we're going to go to normal. And let's see, that lines it up. Yep. 7. E. GZ. Cool. That actually works. I think, well, we have to lower it. Okay. 3P section, make it its own thing. We got to get rid of the modifier on it. Kill that. So now it's just its own thing. 3SZ0. Come on. All right, let's go to this one. Global. And 3D cursor. There we go. Now it's flat. Okay, and then again, I'll go back to normal, I guess. Now, EX. Or no. Undo all that. EX. To there. Cool. And then oh, it's not that big. It's a 7-story building. It's very tiny. Person's only like that size. It's an apartment building. Like, it's a nice sized apartment building, but that's about it. There's a dude. Now this thing, great. We're gonna go give it the other modifier. Link copy modifiers. Cool. And its base is going to be ground now that we don't have to move it across. Terrain collection, ground. And it should be giving us something pretty straightforward. Yeah. We could give it a little bit of a platform. Sure. It should be flat. Yes, it is. Good. Good enough. So something that comes out into the water like that. Cool. And we're lined up with our edge. Good. And then 2. It's going to turn off in edit mode. Sometimes I find that really confusing. Like, I don't want to see the geometry. There we go. Easy 1. And we give it railings to its door. Cool. We could narrow it down a little bit, but I don't think we need to. I think we're okay with that. I like that. And all right, save. Let's take a look at it for color. And what time is it? 46. We're doing great. We're kind of modeling stuff instead of just kit bashing today, which I kind of enjoy. You can call this geometry nodes assisted stuff modeling. Some people would probably not. Some people can kiss my ass. No. I want to add a loop here. Bevel it. Great. Out just like slightly. Offset even. Cool. Plus, we want to give it empty wall B assign. Come back in. It's a little bit of like a rail thing. I dig that. I like it a lot, actually. Might try doing it for the other ones here. Let's see. 2. Just select these. Come on. Probably should have done it before I did the other one, but it's all right. There we go. And then I don't want the top or the inside. Okay, no, that's good. Just those, right? Good. Alt-E along normals. Cool. Offset even. Oh, I like that. That's kind of neat. Let's take it out 0.5 plus and assign it to empty wall B. Yeah, it's kind of very brutalist, so that wouldn't surprise me. Get some holes in here, what to fix maybe, but if we need to. Yeah, that's cool. Just gives it a little bit more interest than just like wall faces. And one more time, can even do that's going to double our windows though, isn't it? Let's see. How do we feel about that? It does double our windows. But I kind of like our windows doubled, actually. So let's do it. Only on the faces that have windows. Cool. Oh, like that. We can even try one more thing. It'd be kind of neat. I wonder what we're doing if it did just to that. Let's try assign first. Just see what it does. It gets a tiny little thing there. But I like it. It's fun. I don't think we need to worry too much about the other ones. We're not really going to look over that side too much. We could, though. At least this one, that one's covered. So great, that'd be the only one we need to assign. Cool. And let's just keep going while we're playing with this thing. Tab. Control R. Add a loop there. And Control R. I'm going to add a loop there. Now, this is just sealing stuff, so it should be fine. Then we're going to chase it this way. And yeah, no, we'll go all the way. This may take us a little bit to do, but it's fine. That one doesn't have it, does it? Because I didn't do those cuts. Do I want to? Probably don't need to go any further than that. No, that'll be fine. So we don't need to worry about it. That'll be fine. That's sort of my feeling on it too. In all honesty, it kind of is. EZ1 plus 3P. Split it off. Come out of edit mode. Out of edit mode. Come on. Save. This sucker here, just this thing. Yes, we want to remove the modifier. Yes, nuke it. And we're going to link copy modifiers. And just give us our railing that goes around the top there. And again, we're not going to look from it up there, but did my crystal get moved? The hell? What the hell? Looks like it did. No? Okay. Again, back to close enough for government work. Okay. So we got that. We got our wall going around the top so people can stand up there. That got moved. Did my building get moved? Bet you that's an undo history. Separate. I just want to see what happened here. Yeah, everything is good there. Okay, come back out. Like, everything's gotten fucked up. This thing, delete all. Cool. Now link it. Copy the modifiers. Great. Nothing else got moved. Piss off. Stuff's where it's supposed to be. Yeah, water's, it's coming down into our ground, basically. Yeah, good enough. All right. We need to edit our ground because we don't quite like the rock on this one. Let's go to shading. I'm jumping around a bit today, but that's okay. So this is our group. Control G. Yes. up. What the hell's going on? Okay, there it is. And it's going to be our sand group. Sand control group. Great. Going to there. And then this is sand. It's a little more complicated than the other one, but this will be fine. That's sand. Up. Sand. Because we're not worried about that stuff, I don't think. We'll try it. Okay. So if we come to our ground, and we're going to give it a different material, we're going to give it, I think, just auto landscape. Desert. Let's see. Possibly just auto landscape. But let's look. That one's better. I think we'll go with that one. I like that. And then down at the very end here. Oh, come on. Shift A, search sand. Take these two, merge them together, and then Shift A, search sand control group. I love groups. Grouping nodes is so awesome. It's when it starts to feel like programming. And am I going the wrong direction? Yes, I am. Other way. Sand is at the bottom. And now our sand is looking a little bit more like I wanted it to for a beach. And now that I know that, now I can tweak it some more. Or our ground some more in this case. Okay. I'm going to edit this and sculpt it, I think. Bring that down, bring that back up. I'm just trying to flatten it down some. Just to give us a bit more beach. Let's see what that looks like. Better. I think it's a little too sharp, or my sand is not my sand. Okay, my sand is wrong, which is fine. We're just going to get a different sand. Tab in here. Come here. I think in this I'm just going to rebuild it. No! Undo that. Okay. Sand, just going to nuke it. Delete. And Shift A, and we're just going to add a BSDF. Principled to there. And Control Shift T. Node Wrangler, textures. Do I have a sand? I do. Sand. Beach sand. Piss off. Yep. That's better. Right, I don't want to have displacement. Instead of displacement, we'll get rid of that. And just do a bump. into here and throw that into height. And I should avoid not being sculpt mode up here. That's kind of dumb. And scale 2. Let's go to like 10. 10 is too much, and we got too much here too. Strength of 0.1. There we go. 5. Strength of 0.5. No, 0.2. Cool. Better. Maybe not 10. Let's go to 5. 5 looks good. That's better for our sand, for sure. Okay. And now we can play with that. We want to be on global. We are on global. We want to take this rock and basically put it over here where that looks badly. Let's go to local. Hi, rocks. Perfect. It's a few little rocks over a shitty terrain does wonders. And suddenly that doesn't look bad anymore. Because it did before. We got a bit more of that over here too. Let's just scale it up a bit. Come back in. Rotate it that way. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Rotate. Smash it up. Good. So we've done rocks all the way along our beach and maybe a little bit on this other side too. So rocky coastline, that makes sense. And we can rotate. We can even sculpt. Only this one will need to be single. I think I made it, yeah. Single object it, now sculpt it. Just drag that in. And we can tweak any of these we want to. Cool. Save. Alrighty. And I think the other ones will probably fix with some plant stuff now. But that looks like a good base. So we've created our beach based on a height map on this lagoon. And I don't know that we're going to make it a coastal. I think I kind of like it. It's just more like very peaceful like this. We could throw in some spray and that kind of thing, but let's keep it low key for right now. Go back to gray mode. And I am going to play with a new modifier that I got, our new add-on that I picked up over the weekend, and that is a bridge to Plant Factory. And it's pretty neat. I think I'm going to go over to a new window that'll do it just to make sure. I keep wanting to go to my Discord. Okay, we're done with this one. We're not going to need anything else from here. So let's nuke it with a new. So Plant Factory, there used to be an old, actually, the first 3D program I ever used was called View or Voo. And Plant Factory was associated with it. And it's a plant making tool. And it went public domain free to use this last year. And then somebody has created a Blender app plugin that connects all of those libraries and lets you bring them in directly, which is kind of fantastic. You have to download all the Plant Factory stuff, but it's free, so who cares? It's like 19 gigs of plants. I don't know why it's not saving my library. Fine. So I just have to save it. Found. Now it's found, right? Plant Factory. Found. Great. Plant library. Cache is not there. The cache should be there, though. I don't know. I don't know why it's not saving that. That's kind of annoying, but we're just going to re-add the cache. It's fine. It only takes like 2 minutes. Where am I? No. Here. Up. Blender source. Plant Factory to Blender. Cache. Takes it a second. I don't know why it doesn't want to save that it has it. I've done this 3 times now. Still cool though. And it has worked every time after I finished, so. So we're going to do that. In the meantime, we can, while this is thinking, we're going to come over here and just geoscatter and select our object. Plane there. Cool. And everything's going to be based, I think, off of height primarily on this one because we want it above the water. But do we have this in water? Yes, we do. Just going to rename it to water so I know. Did it finish? Yep, finished. Cool. And I'm going to save it again, even though it doesn't seem to make any difference. All right. And you get all of these plants, and there's shit tons of categories and all kinds of stuff here to do. Broadleaf trees. And if you go look, there's a bunch, and we have 3 pages of them. But what's even cooler is then if we go into each one, so say we wanted to use, I don't know, this one, we can go to presets, and there are bunches of presets within each one too. So you can select a whole bunch of data. It's kind of neat. See, so there are like 23,000 plants I think you get, and it's like $8 as a reset filters. Go back. There we go. And I don't know which one we want to use. I'm not sure what was really appropriate for this area. And you can make your own too, which is also cool. It's not like a mangrove forest, red oak. No. Let's leave broadleaf and go to palms because I know I'm going to want a couple palms. What? No plants found? Oh, there we go. Let's take it a second. So we got our palms. And I should really look and see like what kinds it should be. I'll come back. Where am I at? Oh, well, whatever. Palm. Windmill palm, date palm. Let's just go with the date palm. And presets. And we got lots. And you can see the base, the essentially polygon size, standard no fruit. how tall they are, all this stuff. It's really awesome. Next. Wild. That's really cool. Let's select this one. Generate one of it. You can make more, and if you make more, it will make varieties of them. So we just import plant. And it takes it a second because what it does is it opens up Plant Factory, runs it, and then exports out all the maps and all that kind of stuff. But it's great for building your libraries. Yeah, Unquiet, I shared it up on the Discord in the notes, but just to show what it does and how cool it is, I wanted to use it today. Because it's like, oh, look, plants. Like, this is like Botanic on crack with the ability, and this is Plant Factory, the ability to make your own plants as well. It's an amazing tool. So yeah, it's thinking, it's generating. It generated one. It lets you create level of details for you gamer type people. It's just amazing. And then it goes away, and then I have a plant. And there it is. And I can take it, copy it. Oh, let me just look at it first. They look beautiful. Like it's an amazing looking plant. I love that it actually has like some discoloration on it too. It's a pretty phenomenal tool. And now I'm going to create a new folder. And just paste this in here. Yeah, it's a free speed tree, and then the plugin to make it work directly with Blender is $8. And if you're cheaper than that, you can export it manually and then load it into Blender yourself. But $8. I mean, new collection, plants. You know, if you can't afford $8, I don't know. All right, I mean, if you can't afford $8, you can't afford $8. But still, gonna get rid of that. So that's our first one, and we're just gonna go grab, I don't know, a bottle palm too. I have no idea what's appropriate for this environment. Let's do this one. For again, presets. Take a look. I like gnarled or curved no fruit. Let's do this one. Kind of go lower to the ground. And so we'll make 2 of this one just to see. Import plant. Yes, it's going to import 2 plants. Again, I'm not affiliated with this guy. I get nothing for it, but this shit's cool. 2 plants, and you see they're different, which is awesome because now we can bring them both into our scatter group, and they won't be the same. Great, and then let's just keep going. Delete them again, and I'm going to go with, instead of palms now, let's do ground covers. Not a lot of them here. Again, you can make your own as much as you want, but presets. That's a little bit high, my poly count. Let's do this one. This one, 18,000 is way better. Select, and we'll make 2 as well of that. Yes, fine. I mean, that's my feeling. Okay, so we got these 2. Let's bring them in. And I'm going to make maybe another group, or just put them here, but just got to keep track of what we're doing. All right, so there's all of our plants that we've made so far. And I can keep using some of my original ones too. Maybe I will. Like, I don't need to make everything brand new here, but we can. Grass. I do like some of these. Papyrus sounds kind of fun. Probably not 100% accurate to where we're looking, but it just sort of feels right, right? You know? I mean, if you want to go with 1.4 million polys for a large group, feel free. This stuff gets way high, way fast, right? Just all HD. Is there a lower one for this? I don't think so. That might be a little high for what I want to do. It's just so cool looking, though. Let's just bring in the one. Why not? Yeah, Oman is in Oman, Jordan area. Yes. That's where my, what you call it? Oh, import plant. Let's just make one, though. My world is being set up right now. So I mean, it's near, like it's close to Egypt. It's close to other places with papyrus. I don't know, but I just think it's cool. Copy objects back into our plants and paste our objects. And that'd be good to start with. Okay. So, I'm going to do each one, I think, as a separate group. Why not? Oh, it would take longer to deal with, but let's grab the papyrus first. Sure. And we're going to scatter in clumps. Sure. It's not very many. Scatter objects. Okay, great. Cool. And now let's just give ourselves a bit of play room. First off, this thing, new collection building. Then these suckers, coastal rocks. What's the other? New collection rocks. What is this cylinder? Oh, this is going to building. Okay, now we're going to add a new one. There we go, collection 11. I call it obstructions. Rocks are going to go in there. And building is going to go in there. And water is going to go in there. Okay. Now here, I'm going to move this to a group. Group selected, new group. We're going to call it, doesn't matter what we call it. My group is fine, but we're going to put our upward obstructions here to obstruction. I just told mine where they were going and it worked. If it was in the, I just set the directory because mine are on Z and it worked. Or Z as a good Canadian. Come on. Why are you taking forever? This should not be that bad. Oman really depends. So most of it is very just desert. There are a few areas along the coast that are damn near jungle. So I can show you. I pulled it up when I started it, but like that's Oman. But most of it ain't like that. So you're just freaking out. Come on. Shouldn't be as bad. I don't have anything cyclical, do I? I don't think so. I'm not going to use this, so let's just kill it. I'm not going to use it today. Although we might play later. That one's fine, but why is it taking so long? Come on. Blender, 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 blender. What you doing to me? End task. Go away. File. Recover. Autosave. Beach settlement. Yep. Me too, Michael. It's like, I'm just going to look up weird shit. Why? Because those should not be there. In ground. Oh, did I lose it all? Did I lose my... Okay, so first off, I'm just going to turn off geoscatter. Great. Let's do this again. New collection. Rocks. This is in building. We got building, we got rocks, we got water. All right, that doesn't need to worry about it. Good. Cool. I don't want this in ground. I think that's the problem, isn't it? Let's move both of those just to scene collection. Yes, that should be better. Okay, I think that might have been our problem. Recursive linkage obstructions. Okay, let's start with just rocks. Get in there. And building. And water. Not geoscatter. What the fuck? There we go. Instructions. Great. Now we should be able to edit our geoscatter and see if that won't be better. Let's save. Come on. Geoscatter. We need to put it in a group. Group selected. New group. My group is fine. I don't care what we call it. And then we're going to give it in the group an upward obstruction of obstruction. Cool. And then on the pattern, this is going to be, we're going to rename it to papyrus, just so I know what shit it is. And slope. Not absolute. And elevation, well, we'll turn elevation on in just a second. Save again. And cross your fingers. On. Great, that worked. Okay, so we need to rotate, because we're building this all by hand. Rotation, it has a vertical influence. Yes, they do go upward. And we're going to say it's quite a strong one, so they mostly go upward. We're also going to say that we want a elevation above our, I'm going to turn it on so I can see where it is, but above our sand. Elevation on. I'm going to make it with altitude. And our minimum is going to be 5, 6. Yeah, we want higher than that. Maximum is going to be 100, just so I don't have to worry about it. Minimum of 15. Not that high. 10. 10 seems about right with a transition of 3. Maybe 7. No. 8. 9. 9. 9 seems good. And this is kind of a starting point for us, so that's fine. And this one, I don't want near rocks either. So we're going to have proximity, repel from rocks. I don't know why, but you know, why not? Minimum of 3. Cool. And I think we need it to be a little bit denser than this. But this is kind of just our starting one to figure out what the heck we're doing. Distribution. Let's take it to like 20. Get some of that. Cool. Great. Now, plants. I'm going to turn off geoscatter again. I'm just going to close this too so I don't have to see it. Geoscatter, just turn it off so it will auto do it faster. And then we can turn it back on when we're done. We're going to go with that which is our ground plant. Okay. And we want to scatter it, and it's going to be again, keep light, scatter objects. And it's going to think, and it's going to tell us it's turned off, and that's fine. Yes, and then we're going to move it into my group so we get the upward obstruction stuff. Then we're going to set its elevation again to minimum of, I'm going to go with, instead of 9, I'm going to go with 11 and a transition of 4. So it kind of comes to the same basic thing, just a little bit different. Slope, not absolute. Maximum of 15. Sure, let's go with 17. I don't know. Turn it on. Let's turn off the other one too. As you're working through one at a time, and this is going to be ground cover. Turn it on. And where is it? Why do I feel like I'm not seeing it? Why do I feel like I'm getting a bug? I feel like we should see it. There's that one. Okay, cool. Turn this one on too. Turn this one off. I know it's there. Oh, I see. It's there. They're just tiny. We're going to punch that one up a lot. Instances. 35. 50. It's just the scale of that. Oh, that's fine. I'm all right with that. Cool, Michael. Have a good day. We'll see you later, man. And then these two, let's do them next. Again, yeah, we'll leave it on. Fuck it. No, we'll turn it off. Geoscatter off. We're just going to let that one go to here. And scatter our objects. I know this is kind of on the boring side now, but this is what happens. There we go. Move it to my group. And again, elevation altitude. And this one, we're going to be a little less transitional on. Ooh, maximum of, oh, that's what the problem with the other one was, I bet. Minimal of 9. Yeah. Let's see if I fix that. Ground cover here. Maximum, yes, of 100. Save. Okay. And then I want these to proximity repel from, I think I'm just obstructions in general, like everything in the obstructions. Minimum of 3. And let's save. So that should be the water, the rocks, and the building. It should push it away from all 3 of them. That one's on. Geoscatter on. Way too many. I don't need 50. 10 per meter. Still don't need 10 per meter. 0.25. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. 50. Again, random. This one, instances, half. It's like, why isn't it changing? There we go. That seems like a good number. We also want this one, rotation, to have a vertical influence. Cool. Scale. Yeah, it's got a random. It's good. Nice. Save. And then we're going to do our palm tree, which is the last one, right? Yeah, our Phoenix palm tree. So turn off geoscatter again. Turn off this. Run our Phoenix. Well, let's maybe make it a little less, but we like that general distribution. Scatter objects. And you're thinking, we know you're thinking. Great, we're going to move you to my group. We're going to vertical influence. Cool. We're going to scale is fine. Elevation. Again, altitude. Minimum of 9. Maximum of 100. Transition of 1. And then slope. Maximum of 18. But not absolute. And then proximity, we want to repel from obstructions. And minimum of 3. And is that one turned on? Yep, let's save. Turn on geoscatter just to see where it puts it. Nice. We can even maybe shrink it down a little bit. Cool. Turn back on that one just to see how these 2 big ones go together. Nice. Very cool. Let's check the ground cover because I haven't looked at it since I fixed the height on it. Because it was only allowing for like a 1 meter band or some shit before. Let's see if that fixed it. Yep, that's much better. Goes everywhere. Still not very many. Really can't even see them. But it's fine though. We're good. I like all of that. Now I think we're going to go add one more out of the box one. And then we've kind of created our own. Biome scatter. Open the biomes. And we're going to use some of the dries. Dry biome with the palm trees. Dry biome 4. Oh, I should have turned it off. It's fine. I was thinking. Sorry for being quiet there for a second. Just kind of had a moment. Here, loading. I'm going to then turn off all that crap afterward and speed it up, but yeah, I think how I would use that plant factory thing is probably to build my own libraries. It's a little tedious to do it when you're in the middle of a scene, but just build some of your own libraries on an off day when you're kind of bored. Like, I'm just going to throw some plants together and make basically my own biomes like this and then just save them out. That could be really useful. Plus, again, you can make your own plants, which is just cool. All right, you're almost there. Only a million objects. Is that all? Thank you. Go away. Okay, let's just edit that. First off, we're going to turn off geoscatter entirely. And then we're coming to this group. And we could just move it to the other one, but we'll just do our own obstruction again. Keep them separate. Okay. And then lots of stuff we have to adjust. Kind of annoying. Elevation. Go. Not altitude. Should make a difference. Minimum of 9. Maximum of 100. Let's turn that one on. Turn this one off. And just make sure we're right. On. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty similar to one of our other ones that we just made, but it's all good. I like it. I don't even know if we need to put it on the slope, but we could slope it just to kind of keep it down a little bit. And we want it to have repel, obstructions. I'm just being lazy today. And it's going to be a minimum distance of, again, 3. Cool. Great. And then we can just do the same thing. Now we know we like that. Turn that off. Trees 2. Elevation. Altitude. Let's go with 9.5 and 0.5 and maximum of 100. I always try to vary it up a little bit just to keep it more interesting. Maximum of 19. And repel. Obstructions. And minimum distance. I want 4 on this one. And turn back on. Now let's see what it looks like. That looks good. We're gonna have lots of, it's gonna be like very overgrown, which is fun. That's what we want it to be. And grass. We're gonna go elevation, altitude. This one, I think we want to go 7. Yeah, to 100 with a slope control of 25. And I don't really want to repel anything from the grass this time. I think we're all right. That'll be all right. Cool. Rocks. Don't care about the elevation of rocks. We can have rocks on our sand. I'm fine with that. But slope, definitely. And we'll have rocks close to things too. It's fine. Rock 2. Rocks can be close to rocks. Slope. Great. And twigs. Twigs will put an elevation, altitude, minimum of 4 or 5. 5, maximum of 100. And slope of 16. Not absolute. And let's see what that looks like. We got our upward obstructions, so we could be there. Okay, we've saved. Let's just say twigs. I don't want a shit ton of twigs. I should probably check to see how many there were first. Yeah, that's fine. It's a little too close to the beach, though. Let's go up a bit. Minimum of 7. 8. Might need to move grass up a bit, too. 9. No. Well, 9 and 2. Yeah, that's fine. Let's check grass. Cut it down to 15 just to look. Turn it on. Yeah, it's too low. Minimum of 9 or even 10. 10 with a transition of 1.5. Just give us a little bit of that. Yep, cool. And I actually don't think it needs to be even thicker than that. We'll just let it be that lower one. Particularly as all the other stuff we got going on. That should be good. Rocks. Normally fine. Cool. Rocks 2. I'm going to even change rocks 2 to make them flatter. It's really only on the flat stuff. Slope of 10. With a transition of 2. Great. And maybe I do want a little bit of height on them. When I'm covering my altitude, maximum of 100 for sure. Minimum of 6, 7, 8. It's going to 9. And add a transition of 1.5. Yeah, okay. So we still have some beachy beach. Beachy beach. Save. Take a look. That feels good on rocks. I like it. I can even turn off plants now. It's not going to show. We can just kind of go crazy now. Turn on if we want to. Grass. Trees. Trees. Okay. And then we can add our trees. This is just ground cover, right? No, this is more trees. I just didn't rename it. Cool. On. Papyrus. All this stuff. And even the ground cover, which will add some like flowers because there's a little bit of yellow in there. I think it's very subtle though. Yep, it's very subtle. But man, I'm kind of liking it. It's feeling pretty good. Okay. And we need to let's do our camera stuff, and then we'll kind of be done. Okay. First off, I'm just going to turn off geoscatter now. Okay. Photographer. We're going to set our camera to the Alexa 65. We're going to set our clip end to 250 meters so we can actually see shit. Lens, we're going to go with an anamorphic Cook, but we'll set it to 35. Exposure, I tend to like going to about 8, even though I haven't set our sky yet. Resolution, that. And we can just set our composition that way. It's pretty classic, simple composition here. There's nothing interesting there. HDR maker. We're going to pick a sky. We'll import one. 61. These are all the bright ones, or these are all bright ones usually, I think. Yeah. Kind of like 1051. I know I've used it before actually, but I like it. Let's use it. Doesn't really matter. 1051. Cool. Add as a background. Turn on our lights. Let's see if we can change the angle, make it a little bit more interesting. 60, 120, 180, 240, 300. I kind of like it in here somewhere. Like that, maybe. It's kind of neat. Crystals are showing up there. It's very bright. Saved. Let's get rid of that dude. He's just floating in the sky. Save again. And turn on geoscatters to see what we got. I like those big rocks. I think they're neat. Yeah, I think that's going to work for me. We might mess with the sky again later, but I think that's going to work for me. And I think with that, I'm going to call it for the day. We've gotten quite a bit done. We made some plants with the Plant Factory plugin. We built our large building. We did our terrain. Yeah, it's been a good day. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it. I will be back again tomorrow at the same time, and I hope I'll see you again. Have a great rest of your day. Get some of your own stuff done, and we'll see you later. Take care, folks. Bye.